Many people are quickly realizing how impressive Cardano's technology is as we head into the most explosive part of the altcoin cycle. And in this video, I want to talk about a realistic price prediction for ADA and when exactly I think it makes the most sense for it to top out or for that target to be hit. So if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe for daily cryptocurrency videos. And without any further ado, let's absolutely jump into Cardano, which one thing is very clear. We had a floor during the last bear market, and we had a very clear floor in the bear market before that. And I want to talk about exactly where I think the next floor will be. But naturally, then that kind of brings in a question, where will the top be, or what price is realistic for the price of Cardano? So starting off, let's talk about some pretty big news for Cardano. Hydra hitting 1 million transactions here. Guess we were right, says Charles Hoskinson. Over 1 million transactions. What does that mean? 1 million transactions per second. Wow. Okay, that's pretty big, right? That's pretty impressive. We see that Visa handles about 0.72 billion transactions per day, with Hydra handling, processing 2 billion transactions in just 4 hours. A few hours ago, Hydra, Cardano's L2 scaling solution, reached 1 million transactions per second. I'm not really getting tired of saying that. It's kind of bananas there, right? It is the fastest, most scalable, most decentralized payment solution in crypto, and it took a long time to get here, right? I mean, if you go back, I remember distinctly 2017, 2018, even specifically in like 2019, in early 2020, Cardano being known as vaporware. And did it take Cardano longer to roll out and have a working product? Yeah, absolutely. But is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. In fact, you could argue if you want to be able to put hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of your hard-earned money on a network, ideally, you want it to be something that is well thought out and safe, right? Fast, scalable, low transactions, low transaction fees, which is exactly what this blockchain can do. Specifically here, millions of transactions at once, super fast, no delays, even when it's busy, no congestion, low transaction fees, affordable, and really good for payments and smaller applications. But Hydra is growing, and that's it's pretty impressive, right? Again, the last thing I want to talk about here is that it has taken a long time. This is a post from back in 2021 where people were talking about Hydra as a layer 2 scaling. Each Hydra head can process around 1,000 transactions per second. So with 2,000 pools, Cardano could theoretically be able to scale up to 2 million transactions per second. And so basically, is it scalable? Yeah, I would think so. We also see, this is pretty big, Trump's SEC pick has also spoken at the Cardano summit. So this is pretty interesting, right? We see, we look here, this was somebody that was, Paul Atkins, a former commissioner in U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, there's no guarantee that, let's say that he is Trump's SEC pick and he becomes the SEC chair. It's not like it's guaranteed that all of a sudden he's going to start shilling Cardano or something and price is just going to go through the roof. But I mean, just the environment around crypto right now, and specifically something like Cardano here, and we all know how much Charles Hoskinson has been meeting with lawmakers and kind of doing a lot of things behind the scenes that are getting people excited in regards to this incoming administration in the U.S., the most pro-crypto administration in the history of the world. I mean, it's hard not to be bullish here, and we have seen the price of Cardano react over the last month, really. I mean, this is something I find interesting, and we're going to jump into price in a second. But the last thing I want to cover here, even Ben Cowan admitting that he was wrong about Cardano because he thought that Cardano had to go down to a certain low level in regards to his Bitcoin comparison. So the ADA BTC chart, he thought there's no way that it could be as simple as, we have a similar fractal and we just start pumping afterwards. He said, I believe in the video, saying something along the lines of, because Bitcoin had not gone, the ADA Bitcoin pair had not gone to 400 sats, so he didn't think it was possible. Basically, all that means is that Cardano held up a little bit better than he thought it would. And I think a lot of people honestly were surprised about it. Me, not necessarily. I wasn't super surprised. I'm extremely bullish on Cardano. In fact, quite literally, for a solid 8 months during 2023, I was putting all of my crypto, all my new income into Cardano. So yeah, I have pretty good bags right now. I'm not just talking about Cardano for clicks. It's actually something I've been investing in pretty aggressively for the past 3 years. And I quite literally also have a staking pool. So if you would like to join, it is very simple. It's in the description below. It shows you how to, delegate to our pool. I run my own pool. I have Cardano. So I'm also putting my money where my mouth is in terms of, I'm extremely bullish on it. Clearly, I would not be doing what I'm doing in terms of paying to upkeep a pool and investing so much if I didn't believe in it. But what is a realistic price prediction? So we do see that Cardano currently sits around a $40 billion market cap, which is about a tenth of Ethereum. And let's also keep in mind, Ethereum has not really pumped that much this cycle so far. In fact, it's kind of a meme. Ethereum has been lagging. So we're talking about an Ethereum valuation that is not even high because Ethereum has been just not doing really well. It has not hit a new all-time high this cycle yet. The meme has basically been when is Ethereum going to do anything? In fact, I believe earlier today I actually was finally maybe making the tiniest move. But the point is, Cardano right now is 1/10 the size of a very underperforming Ethereum. I also have a lot of Ethereum. I'm not trying to FUD Ethereum. I also have, quite a large percentage of Ethereum. So I'm not trying to say it's garbage. But I mean, I'll be honest. I've been holding it for years and it has not been doing very well. And so the point is basically, if we look at Cardano, it is about a tenth the size of Ethereum. So if Cardano reaches the market cap of Ethereum, which right now, again, is underperforming, so it's not a really high market cap, in my opinion, a very attainable market cap, especially if the entire altcoin market hits somewhere in that $5 to $6 trillion range where I think it will this cycle. If that happens, then a 12, 13, I would even go up to a $15 Cardano is I don't want to say my base case. My base case for Cardano, to be honest though, this cycle, and this could be even more bullish if what Charles Hoskinson is doing behind the scenes, if maybe, for example, Cardano is used as a voting mechanism to replace the current horrible voting in the US elections and stuff like that. If I think price will go much higher if any of those applications truly come to light, because that's true utility, that's true use. That would be insane. And considering how fast Cardano's transactions are and growing, hey, that actually probably would be a decent option. And especially how, reliable it is. The network doesn't go down like something like Solana and all these things, because it took a lot of time for Cardano's network to get to where it's at. Again, slow and steady approach. I don't think a lot of people appreciated that, but I think as time has gone on and Cardano has proven, hey, it's actually hitting these milestones, I think people became more and more bullish and long-term on it. In fact, I just read a statistic recently, 70% of Cardano holders haven't moved their Cardano in well over a year or something, myself included. I haven't touched my Cardano. In fact, the only thing I've been doing over the past couple of years is adding to it, adding to the position. But yeah, I mean, I think a $12 to $15 Cardano, 10, I'll say 10, but realistically, I don't know. I think 12 is even pretty base case for me. A $12 to $15 Cardano. I think it could go much higher than that if I said what I said, some of these actual use cases and these applications become realistic, then I think that the sky is even, the limit is even higher for that. And again, keep in mind, some of these altcoins have not really pumped that much, primarily because of fears and uncertainty around regulation and what happens if the US government, let's say the SEC sues Cardano or sues Ripple, which did happen. And also ADA and a bunch of other altcoins were subject to some SEC lawsuits as well. If that's no longer the case, where these cryptos are not going to be basically under attack by the US administration, if that's no longer the case, and in fact, if we actually get pro Cardano, pro crypto regulation, then guys, I mean, $15 becomes a low target, even this cycle. Okay, we're not even talking really far down the road. If we actually get true positive regulation, which again, if the SEC if an SEC pick is pro Cardano or something, then again, that becomes a realistic possibility. Then I think that the price of Cardano could go even much higher than that. And also, do we see? Yes, we do see a little bit that Cardano search terms are picking up a little bit, especially as of the last month on Google Trends. We see how high it was back here. We're nowhere even close to that relative. You kind of see the same thing with some of these top alts. We're nowhere close to the euphoria. Again, if I would compare where we are in the cycle, I mean, this is actually a good metric. I have a YouTube channel. I have analytics and things that only myself and other people that have YouTube channels can see. And basically what that is social data, social interest. And I want to let you know, like, those are really important metrics. They honestly tell you, they give you a really good insight into sentiment and where I think we are. Social metrics are a lot more important, I think, than people realize. We always look at charts and all this other stuff, but social metrics honestly are pretty good for predicting the price. I personally think, and that's kind of what Google Trends is as well, I personally think we're kind of in a place similar to back here in terms of that social engagement, in terms of that social excitement. So all the way back here. So I think that I think we have a long way to go, and I think this thing can pump immensely. And in terms of when I think it's realistic that Cardano can hit these targets is very important. So we'll start with this. We see the 3-cent floor for Cardano was all the way back in the last bull market, and right about 25 to 30 cents was the floor of this one. You look on this is a monthly chart. Look at this MACD, not anywhere near the heights we saw the last bull market. Look at this, or sorry, that was the RSI. This is the MACD, not anywhere near. In fact, it looks like it's about to explode here, right? Not anywhere near the heights of the previous bull market. I think we have a lot of time left. The altcoin market has not even hit new all-time highs yet. We see Bitcoin dominance on this is a 2-week chart, finally starting to break down. And realistically, when did Cardano hit this target of about $3? It was in about August of 2021, so pretty near the end. It was quite literally like at the end of the last bull cycle, the end of the last altcoin season. So it took a lot of time. It was back in October and September of 2021. Well, in terms of the cycle, that's right about here where this white line is. And towards the end of the cycle, like the last 10% of the cycle, you know, if actually it would be even a little bit further, if like the last 10%, let's say it's here in about July of 2025 for this cycle. If we base it on the exact amount of time these cycles have lasted, then guys, I mean, let's look at this for a second. That puts us at about maybe within the next 200 days, meaning I don't think we've seen anything yet. I truly don't. This is the entire crypto chart, but ADA's price rise, you know, there's going to be winners and losers. I personally think, like in every cycle, certain coins are going to pump. I mean, most coins are going to pump, but like in every cycle, some coins pump way more than other coins. A few things come to mind, like Solana. Even Cardano was one that did really well last time. Matic did extremely well in the last bull cycle. Certain coins do really well. I mean, for the most part, most coins will 5 or like 10x or something, but then you get the ones that 40, 50, 60 plus x and just do insane gains. Could Cardano be one of them? Well, if it truly becomes used and it starts being applied, I absolutely think so, especially because this is the very first bull market where Cardano is launching as like a very real, intimidating, useful product. Whereas people that are stuck in the past and still haven't like researched it, they still think it's like vaporware and not really anything. And those people are going to be in for a rude awakening. I think already they've been in for a little bit of a rude awakening just with the beginning of this, you know, the last month, how much it's moved up. I mean, how much has it moved up exactly? About like 300%. Pretty impressive, but as I just pointed out, really nowhere near the pumping that we saw in the last cycle. And I think this cycle is going to be way more pumpy, especially if we have pro-crypto regulation in the US. I think that is directly I think Cardano is going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of that, hands down. And if you are interested in delegating to our pool to earn rewards and it stays in your wallet, it's very safe. You can delegate to our pool TSC below. And additionally, if you are interested in buying Cardano or trading, you can also sign up with the links below, Femex or BITUNIX if you want a no KYC option.